Have you ever wondered why a wound that's long healed in real life suddenly reopens in your dreams, almost as if your mind refuses to let it go? Welcome. This is Dr. Ummehani Khan, and you're tuning into a space where we dive beneath the surface, uncovering the intricate links between mind, emotion, dreams, and disease. Today, we're exploring the mysterious language of the subconscious, how an old wound reappearing in a dream points not to physical injury, but to emotional pain lingering beneath awareness. You might ask, isn't a dream just random images? But think of dreams as your mind's encrypted messages, each symbol, like a wound, acting as a pop-up notification for unresolved feelings. We'll break down why the subconscious uses such vivid imagery, terms like psychosomatics, where the mind influences body symptoms, and emotional catharsis, the release of pent-up tension, and reveal how understanding these patterns can unlock profound healing. Here's our journey. First, we'll dissect symbolic dream wounds, then connect emotions to physical symptoms, and finally, uncover strategies for true mind-body integration. Let's imagine a patient describes a dream where an old, healed wound suddenly reopens, producing discharge. Physically, nothing's wrong. So why does the mind conjure this vivid scene? What if I told you that this isn't about the body at all? It's actually a signal from the unconscious mind highlighting unprocessed emotional pain. Now, you might be thinking, but I feel fine during the day. And that's the paradox. Suppressed grief, disappointment, or unspoken words can settle deep within, only surfacing as symbolic dream content. Discharge in dreams acts like a pressure valve, a psychological drainage system for pent-up feelings. Just as a wound drains to heal, so too does the psyche try to restore balance by releasing old hurts. Recognizing this pattern, what we call emotional repression and somatic representation, is crucial. The dream isn't about your body's past injury. It's an invitation to finally process what you may have buried emotionally. Picture the neck for a moment. Anatomically, it's the connector between your head, logic, thought, and your heart, emotion, feeling. In dreams, wounds here take on special meaning. Suppose you see a neck wound reopening in a dream. What is your subconscious really saying? It's likely highlighting a breakdown in communication between your mind and heart, an emotional traffic jam. Hypothetically, if you find yourself constantly biting back your words or hiding true feelings, this dream symbol is the mind's way of spotlighting that blockage. Here, psychological knots, tangled emotions, and energetic stagnation, where emotion can't flow, become more than buzzwords. They're analogies for why unexpressed feelings may show up as wounds or discharge. By learning to see the neck as a bridge, we understand that dream wounds here urge us to restore communication internally and with others, so emotional healing can finally begin. Let me share a fascinating dream image. A patient sees galactorrhea, unexpected fluid, leaking from the breast, staining their clothes. What does this mean beyond the literal? If the discharge is clear, it's often about emotional release, the psyche's way to unload hidden tension. But if it's milk, that's a whole new layer. Milk symbolizes nurturing, caregiving, the essence of motherly love. Now imagine a scenario. You're endlessly worrying about family, carrying responsibility like a backpack full of rocks. The mind, unable to say it outright, speaks through dreams of excessive milk discharge. This is where projection, assigning inner feelings to dream symbols, and archetypal imagery, universal dream motifs, come into play. The breast, source of life, becomes a canvas for hidden anxieties about caregiving and emotional burden. So when you or your patient see these patterns, it's often the subconscious highlighting concern, over-responsibility, or emotional overload, pointing the way towards self-care and balance. Why do some people always anticipate the next problem, even when life seems calm? If a patient dreams of wounds reopening, their psyche might be stuck in a loop of crisis anticipation. This pattern, called hypervigilance, means the nervous system is always on guard, as if it's guarding a fortress even while asleep. Chronic stress wires the brain to expect threats, turning minor concerns into imagined disasters. You might ask, is this just pessimism? No, it's a survival adaptation. After repeated hardships, the mind develops intolerance of uncertainty, a drive to predict and prepare for every possible setback. Dreams of wounds, illness, or discharge aren't random. They're the mind, replaying emotional injuries, unresolved trauma, or the expectation that peace can't last. Understanding these patterns, hypervigilance, constant alertness, and somatic memory, body storing emotional pain, helps us see that healing isn't just physical. It's about retraining the mind to trust safety again. Today, we unraveled the dream world's hidden language, old wounds, symbolic discharge, and the mind's deep-seated expectation of crisis. So, what should you remember? First, dreams of wounds signal unresolved emotional pain. Think of them as the psyche's SOS flare. Second, the mind often transforms abstract feelings into physical symbols, a process called somatization. Third, the brain's habit of expecting the next problem is rooted in real, chronic stress, what we call anticipatory anxiety. Here's a concrete action. Next time you hear a patient describe a wound in their dream, pause. Gently explore what emotions remain unspoken or unresolved. Let the dream guide your inquiry. You might be wondering, can this approach really change outcomes? Absolutely. When you listen with empathy and patience, without rushing, you help patients begin to heal from within. Dreams aren't fortune tellers. They're mirrors, reflecting the soul's hidden wounds. In our next session, we'll go even deeper, exploring dreams of falling, flying, and being chased, and what they reveal about trauma and resilience. Until then, keep observing, keep reflecting, and let every dream teach you something new. If you found value here, subscribe, share, and let me know how today's insights touched you. Your journey toward understanding has just begun.
गलती को गलती समझना अपनी जगह दुरुस्त है, लेकिन उस गलती की वजह से किसी आदमी को हकीर बना देना तो कुछ भी नहीं है। हो सकता है उसमें बहुत बड़ी और चीजें खूबियां हो, आपको नहीं मालूम है। जब उसको और आपको तोला जाए तो वो भारी निकले, ऐसा भी हो सकता है। तो किसी कमी की वजह से किसी मुसलमान को घटिया नहीं समझना चाहिए। हो सकता है अल्लाह के यहाँ उसका मर्तबा बढ़ा। जैसे आपने हज किया, दूसरे ने हज नहीं किया, वो सोच रहा है मैं अभी नहीं बाद में जाऊंगा। आप बोले देखो ये अल्लाह से मोहब्बत का दावा करने वाले, क्या इसकी औकात है, पैसा है लेकिन हज को नहीं जा रहा है। आपने उसकी इस्लाह नहीं की, आपने उसको तरगीब नहीं दी, आपने उसके उज़्र को नहीं देखा, आपने उसकी वजह नहीं देखी। वो सोच रहा है मेरी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, अगले साल इंशाल्लाह डॉक्टर से इलाज चल रहा है, अच्छा होगा तो जाऊंगा। मेरी बच्ची का निकाह है, उसका निकाह करके निकल जाऊंगा, अगले साल जाना ही जाना है, इस साल नहीं जा रहा हूँ। आपने कहा देखो अल्लाह से मोहब्बत का दावा करने वाले कैसे, अब भी जा, मैं देख कैसा जा रहा हूँ। तो आदमी जो है बाज़ औक़ात दूसरों की हिकारत दिल में लाता, तो ये उसके दिल में मजीद मर्ज पैदा कर दे। ये बीमारी बढ़ाने वाली चीज, उसकी इस्लाह तो नहीं हुई, इसकी बुराई आदमी के दिल में आ गई, अपने दिल में बुराई पैदा हो गई।